Oh, microphone. What is up, YouTube? This is my Liverpool Arsenal match review, um, and breakdown analysis, and all them good things. But yeah, where to start really? Um, let's start with the crowd. I think it's brilliant. Both fans were there, buzzing for the game, and then we, the atmosphere was great. And then moving on to the game. I mean, yeah, starting lineup. I was really confident. And then starting lineup come out, and I seen our midfield, and it was all defensive midfielders. And my estimations went down in my book. It was a bit crazy. Um, but I still felt a little bit confident. I thought we had a little bit of something for Liverpool, and rightly so. Even though you could argue the manager's decisions, we stuck on them first half. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we were amazing or anything. We just slightly outplayed Liverpool in the first half. That's it. Um, but all in all, that's all we had. Kind of a bit of luck in the well, not even a bit of luck. We sort of dominated a little bit more the first half. Second half comes on, and let's carry on with the first half because it started really nervy, as you can imagine. Like I said, guys, if you want to ask me questions, pop over to my YouTube and I will do it in the live chat, and you can be part of the YouTube video. Um, but yeah, first half was a little bit edgy. I don't think no one wanted to lose. Let's be honest, no one wanted to lose that game, so it was a little bit scruffy for the first 20 minutes. It was proper scruffy, and that's what it's going to be like. Crowd was a bit tense. You had your at the 20-minute mark, the Jota sort of clap, beautiful, and we had a corner at that moment. But that was another issue I seen, as we all seen in that first half. Arsenal were playing with 10 men. Arsenal were playing with 10 men, and I'll tell you why. Well, it goes without saying. Martinelli. I'm not putting this all on him, but the structure that Arteta decided to play was working. When you think about it, it was working first half. But he didn't account for how awful Martinelli is. He's a ghost. He is a ghost. And to see him absolutely ghost like that in a big game, and I think Arteta probably thought he's gonna have luck because he does all right with against Liverpool, but that was when you had Trent there. Trent's not there anymore. You got solid Szobozlai, and he's dropping in right back, and he's done a solid job. And he wasn't about going forward. He was like, I'm going to sit here because this guy's got pace. Let me just sit in a little bit. And he locked him up. He locked him up. He told him to sit on the sideline and have a cup of tea. That's basically what he told him. Just, mate, you're not going to do anything this game. Relax. Relax a little bit. So yeah, we basically playing with 10 men because he did nothing, and he made Madweke. And this is a lot of hype's been said about Madweke. Like he had a good game, and this is why I've taken a couple of days to do a review because then I can watch it back and I can go, okay, let's assess it without the stream and stuff. And I seen it. Hey, thanks for the comment on YouTube. Man, keep on coming. Keep on coming. I'll answer all questions on YouTube, guys. I won't be answering them on TikTok. Come over to YouTube, subscribe, and then obviously ask me over there because you're going to be part of the video. Um, yeah, he was locked up all game, and I don't know why Arteta thought it was going to be like that, but it was nowhere near that. And then we had our corner around the 20-minute mark, like I was saying, and it was Declan Rice putting in swingers. Sorry, yeah, sorry, outswingers. Sorry, outswingers. So coming in and coming out again, and they probably thought it was going to cause Van Dijk, Kanate, Allison problems because they're big, strong guys. But it didn't cause any problems. He should have told Madweke to take him on that side, whether they were bad or not. Throw it in the mixer, get it in the mixer. But it is what it is for a staff. then we come out second half. You could see Slot in the tunnel. He was already plotting. There was holes all over that midfield from both teams. No one was dictating the midfield. It was just kind of a lot of defenders on our side, and I don't think Verts had a good first half. A lot of that midfield, and even McAllister, he's a little bit rusty. He's obviously been out for a little while with family stuff, so it was one of those where you go, oh wow, this is perfect. Make a change, and you've seen Slot actively looking at that, and as fans, you could see anyone that knows ball, you could see where the holes were. There's no midfield on both teams. Slot doesn't waste any time. Not straight away. Not straight away in the second half. He gives it 10 minutes. Then he 10, 15 minutes. Then he brings on Curtis Jones. And that changed Liverpool's momentum completely. That substitution, because he's like, yep, holes in there. Move the ball around in there. They're not going to catch you. They're not catching you in there. And Liverpool started to build into the game second half because of Slot's management in that situation. Arteta, for me, I wouldn't have even started Martinelli. I mean, even if you did, I wouldn't have started Martinelli. I would have started Eze. He's hungry. He's already match fit. He's played for Crystal Palace. He's turning into a bit of a bum. Let's be honest. Let's call it a spade a spade. He's turning into a bit of a bum. Let's be honest, right? And any other player out there would have done a better job. He like I said, it was like playing with 10 men. It was 10 men. So what are we doing? But yes, anyway, he should have made that he shouldn't have started. But even if he did, you could see where it was in halftime. There was holes in midfield, but make that substitution, because what you were doing first half was working against Liverpool. It was boring. The whole game was boring. But that first half, you managed to nullify Liverpool. So okay, it was working, but you're missing a player, and I think even at the start of the second half, he should have taken off Martinelli and then moved into Eze, even Wanyeri. I wouldn't have put Dalman on. I mean, whoever, someone might have been able to do something, because there was nothing out there. And that's why Madueke, everyone's saying he was man of the match for us. He was good. He was all right. And then Kirkes kind of locked him up second half. So it was one of that. First half, he was getting runs on him and he was winning corners. That's why we were having a lot of those corners from Declan on that side, where Saka would usually take him. But, on the other side, you have one corner, and then he was doing this, he's jinky majinky, crab walking. And then Szobozlai is like looking at him like, well, this is easier than I remember. Really, this is easier than I remember. So, but the substitutions finally did come, and he puts on Odegaard, which has had one training session, and Eze, and it's like that's what we're going for now. You could tell even Moreno is losing legs, even building up to that. Make the because Liverpool were finding it before the substitutions. Well, before our substitutions, they had made the substitution with Curtis Jones, and then they started to find the pockets, and Moreno's legs were already going. So, you got to be more proactive, man. You have to be in that game. You got to go for it, because it was there to be won by any team. And Liverpool stuck it on us. They started to move. They stuck it on us, and yeah, win a free kick because we get caught in transition. Zubi brings down, was it Curtis Jones? Whoever. He brought down someone, sat there, and so Szobozlai's done that before. Let's not pretend he hasn't done that before. He lines it up. He's already looking. When I was watching it, you could see it in his eyes. He's like, yeah, I'm going for this. And a moment of absolute class, absolute worldy, top bins. And I've seen a little bit online about Szobozlai, Raya's positioning. You are not stopping that. I'm not having it. You do not stop those. Unless you're stood on that side of the goal with your hands there, you're not stopping it. You are not stopping it. So I'm not having it. It's a worldie. Get over it. Yeah? Stop making excuses. It's a worldie. It's worthy of winning any game. Any game. And again, heads go down. And for me, the substitution for us came way too late. Slot was already seeing that. And that's the difference. That was the difference in that game. Yes, it was a free kick, but Liverpool started to move with a little bit more confidence. The crowd were behind them when Curtis Jones came on because Slot was key. He made that substitution and it changed Liverpool. You kind of finding it as soon as he made that. The movement in the midfield was ticking. It was ticking. Um, Obviously we had the injury first half as well. I must bring it up. It was another one. I mean, what are we doing? Apparently he got Saliba got injured in the warm up, and then he was rolled his ankle or something in the warm up. He said he was all right to play, and then he wasn't. But no excuses because Mascara, he came in and done a fantastic job. I think both defenses were class because both strikers did nothing. Um, they had no service because the midfield weren't ticking for both teams. Let's call it how it is. Um, but it wasn't. It was just about good. It was just good defending on the day. I don't think our man of the match was not the man of the match overall. Our man, Arsenal's man of the match, because I've heard a lot about Madueke. It wasn't. Calafiori absolutely locked up Salah, locked him up. It that was the main guy last season. Absolutely locked him up, and the same was happening with our guys. They were all in jail. All strike forces were in jail, and that's why it took Szobozlai with a worldie to step up and bang it in. So all in all, it's one of those it's a third game this season. I'd rather lose against, obviously it's a title rival, so you don't want to lose, but lose against Liverpool. If we go away and lose against Nottingham Forest, for instance, so say we did all this work, we managed to get a win against Liverpool, and then we come back after the international break, and then what is it? Oh, we lose to Nottingham Forest or something. Then all that hard work, it just goes. But now we have to step up now, and I think Arteta needs to take a bit of responsibility for that result. Not being ballsy enough to take the game on, and I think that's where Slot was. He wanted to win after that. He was, they were happy for a draw, but then he realised, okay, we just stepped it up with that substitution. Let's go for the winner, guys. And yes, it was still nullified. Let's be honest, it was just a worldy free kick. My man of the match for Liverpool, actually Szobozlai, and it's not just because of the goal. His defense, he's just what 2 games, right back, 2 games, and he's played unreal. Like that's not his position, and he's slotted in there and done a fantastic job. He doesn't creep forward, but he's got that in his locker. That free kick, he's got that in his locker. So he's just chilling. He's done a fantastic job, and I think he's probably been Liverpool's best player so far. I mean, it's only 3 games, but he's done an amazing job, and he completely locked up Martinelli. And I will say, you could tell the difference even when Eze came on. Eze started to knock the ball around him. Yeah, it might have been tired legs or however you want to script it, but that was the difference. Direct. Martinelli is from the player 2 seasons ago to now. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. You could say it's system and all that, but for me, a good winger knows how to play. Saka, any other the wingers we have kind of find a way to make it work. And he, even if he ran at guys and lost the ball, I would be okay with it. Just do something, please do something. That's all I'm asking. So if you got any questions, guys, on TikTok, pop over to my YouTube. I'll only answer the questions on there, and someone has. But we'll get to those in a minute. I think that's pretty much it for the game. It's not what you want before an international break. You want to get the win. We'll do a transfer live probably tomorrow or something. We'll discuss all that. It's a bit separate from this game, but this is just my overall view of the game. We set up and it worked. Whatever that setup was, I don't even know why you need to protect our defense. They're good enough. So I don't. All these defensive midfielders just to break down lines of players. Give just even one attacking one of those options. Nothing. He's got both of them on the bench, and I think that system would have worked if Martinelli wasn't on that field yesterday. I think it would have been a lot better, obviously, if Eze was on there or someone on that other side, because he is lost. We all know it. We all know he is completely lost. He is completely lost at the minute. So that system would have worked without Martinelli in it. But even at halftime, he still did not make the changes. He still didn't make the changes. So it leaves us kind of like, well, we're going to just wait until Liverpool do something? You're going to wait until they score? Okay, this is where we are. And like I said, to lose like that, it would have been it was fair result was a 0-0 draw because we were both pretty average. But this is what champions do. They win in those moments, bang it in top corner. It is what it is. But yeah, any questions, guys? Pop over to YouTube, and we got a couple of questions from YouTube. Our free space. What can you do about the goals? What can you do about a goal like that? By the time the free kick was struck, Rhea was in the middle. Yeah, exactly. He was in the middle of the goal. Sometime you just have to put your hands up. Exactly. I know, and I've seen people whining about it, like, oh, you could have done better. Are you crazy? He's done that so many times. Supposedly, they say you can't get beaten from that range. We could argue that, but then if you feel like he's going to shoot, put someone else in the goal, like with you. I mean, you might play him on side or whatever, but he's going for goal. So, he's not stopping it. He's not stopping it. He did say about the ball, but it's been blown out of proportion. What he was saying is we're just getting used to this new ball because, even a lot of like pundits and a lot of people have said this new Puma ball is a lot lighter, but he's not making excuses. You could watch the full interview. He's just like, this is what it is, and you're not stopping it. And I reckon you're going to see a lot more Szobozlai banging those in. I reckon you're going to see a couple more of those, and people are going to be like, oh, he's going to shoot again. Second question, same. Free space. What's up, man? Don't forget to follow. I thought we played quite well, especially in the first half. Maybe I would have started with Eze instead of Moreno, but the game looked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have. Eze is fit. He's already playing for. He was already playing for Crystal Palace. There was a couple of free kicks he could have had, and he could have taken a couple of even the corners, whatever. But he would have been, for me, even if not for Moreno, even not for Moreno, but for Martinelli, for me, because he can play both of those roles. So even if they do go, okay, Eze's on the wing, Moreno's still in that midfield position, and it's like, okay, you got a free role. Okay, Moreno, just pop out there, or even Gyokeres. He likes to find space out on the left. You know, that's what he likes to do. Just alter them about and just mess Liverpool around a little bit. But you had nothing to create there, nothing. So for me, yeah, I'm not so mad at the starting system in midfield. It's more for me because that would have worked without Martinelli, or it would have been, or even at halftime make that substitution. Liverpool finally getting Isak could be the season. Yeah. We were going after Arsenal's unbeaten league season. Whatever people think about Isak now, he is still a top tier proven striker. You're absolutely right. For me, I said it. I don't think they needed him. That Liverpool have already got goals. Don't get me wrong, he's a great option, but I think the Gahey signing is way more important. And they didn't get it over the lines. Somehow I don't know if you guys have seen it on Twitter. He actually shot his farewell video. He shot his farewell video and everything, and it was he was ready, he was there, but it fell through last minute because fair play to Glasner. Like, why would I sell? I've already got rid of 3 big players, and now you're going to get rid of my main guy at the back, yeah? And you haven't brought no one in. We're in Europe. What do you want me to do? It's going to be embarrassing. Leave me with something. Leave me with something. But yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, I think that them signing him now has opened up the floodgates for them to do whatever they want. It's just whether they can keep that defense fit. Because Gomez goes down quite a bit. Kanate goes down quite a bit. He gets injured quite a lot. The only person that's solid is Van Dijk, and he's knocking on. So I don't hope for injuries, but that's all Arsenal can hope for. Like, because I mean, it's only 3 games in. They could, drop 3 points here and there, but I don't see us not dropping any more points. Especially if we're going to play this kind of structure, we can break down the other teams now. We know this. You got Gyokeres there. And yeah, both strikers were awful, but it was mainly because none of them had any supply on both sides for both of them. So it's one of those. It's one of those. Like I said, guys, pop over on YouTube and I'll answer your questions there. I think that now Arteta finally has a squad of his making. It takes time to move on players on great wages. Yeah. And even longer to get the quality of the type of player. Yeah, like this is it. I get so frustrated right now because our highest paid players have been on the operating table for like 2 seasons. Havertz, he's had a good half a season here and there, but he looks like his legs are knackered now. Knee injury, another operation now. Well, a small operation they say. And Gabriel Jesus, he's been on that bench and he's on I think he's on 230k a week. 230k a week. And he ain't got a good knee between him. Like, it is unreal. Like, and we can't even shift him off the books because they're just like the Sterling thing. Sterling, what was Sterling on? He's on like 300k, isn't he? And Chelsea, he's got 2 more years on his contract. No one wants to touch him now because they've seen what he did at Arsenal, 0, and they say, "Oh well, I'm not gonna pay his wages." Chelsea will have to pay like we did. They had to pay majority of his wages, and we paid a bit. And then when we had him, he was shocking, so bad. So I think, yeah, we have to find a way. We have to find a way. And maybe Jesus comes back stronger this time, but I don't see it. I think the best thing we could do with Jesus is sit him on the bench. Hey, thanks for coming over, mate. That's it. Banter it. Ask me a question. Ask me a question if you want. If we get him back fit, don't play him unless we really need to play him, because he's going to go down again and spend another year on the operating table. Save him, and then January see him off, or the summer see him off. I don't want to see him anymore because I'm done with. He's great feet, all of this, but we're past him now, and 230k for him to be. What has he had for us? He's probably had half of a season out of 3. Come on, no. And Kai Havertz, yeah, he's done bits for us. He works hard. That's what you get from Kai. But on the operating table, it's like, come on now. What else we got? Harry, what's up, Harry? Most happy with most disappointed about the game. Most happy with and most disappointed about the game. What do you mean? Yeah, I mean it's because it's 3rd game of the season. You can't really do a lot about it. Like it's one of those. It's against a top team. No one's playing well. It could have went either way, so I don't get too upset about it. But yeah, it was still good. Still good. Free speech again. Wolves already look doomed. Yeah, they look like they're already going back down to be relegated to the Championship. I think all promoted teams could stay up this year. Wolves, Brentford, and one other go down. Yeah, I definitely think Wolves. I I don't want to say it because they won the other night actually, but I was starting to get worried for West Ham. I was starting to get worried for West Ham. It was kind of looking shocking. Epic, I'm not ignoring you. Ask a question. That's what I'm saying. You come over to YouTube, ask a question. But yeah, I was quite worried, but they look like they're ticking now. They look like they're ticking. Leeds, I'm still on the fence about them. I was a little bit worried about Everton, but they kind of look like Grealish looks like he's ticking now. He looks happy with his football. Um, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. It's hard to call at the minute, but I definitely say Wolves, and I might even go as oh yeah, sorry, Brentford. Brentford. They've lost Wissa now. They've lost quite a couple of players. Yeah, I think them actually. You're right. Keep on asking, guys. Right, so yeah, epic. All right, bro. You finally asked a question. I'll read out a couple of your chats. All right, I'll say it. Second again, ole ole. All right, all right. Second again, ole ole. All right. What's your favorite number? Okay, okay. Keep it coming with the banter. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. My favorite number. Well, the number I see a lot is second. All right, there you go. How about that? Then you said it again. Second delay. I've said it a couple of times. Stop ignoring me. I'm not. Stop being a attention seeker. Second again. Epic again. I reckon Arsenal get relegated. Second bottom. Then finish second in the championship. Just everything second, isn't it? Just everything second. Yeah. If you want to put a bet on that, you'll lose your money. But yeah. What team do you support anyway? What team does everyone support? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What team do you guys support in the YouTube? What's the point? What's the point of putting Max down and on near the end? Yeah, that was. He's brilliant. Arteta knew what he was doing. He was trying to play for a penalty probably because he's won 3 penalties. But it wasn't going to happen. Kirkes already had the confidence, and he was like, "I'm not going to let this," because he's slow, Max, but he's got great feet. So it was a silly one. Wanyeri, if I'm Wanyeri, if I'm Eze, I am fuming. I don't think even if Max didn't come on, he wouldn't be fuming. If I'm those two players, I'm fuming. You've got this. You had Erdegaard. He had 1 day training, so okay, that's fine. It's not that you started him. Bring on Wanyeri. Usually bring him on. He's not injured. He's been training all week. And Eze, he's there like, let it all work out. What are we doing? Let me on the pitch. Let me on the pitch, guys. Like, but yeah, it was a silly one at the end. Arteta out. Been saying it for 3 years. JBZ4. I'm look. This is for me critical when we talk about Arteta out. Now that Bert has come in and he's absolutely out, he's shown levels to the job. When it comes to Edu couldn't get anything over the line clearly, because this guy's come in and he's just gone, "What do you want, Arteta? What do you want, the club? I'll sign them all." You've got no excuses now. This is why it's key now. This season, Arteta has to win something. He has to win something. Because Berta has given him every tool now. Every tool. So he's like, okay, here's everything. There's no excuses after this season. You have to win. I want a major. I will take an FA Cup. But I want the majors. I want the majors. And we'll judge him on this season because he's got the squad now. And if he's awful, he needs to go. Even if he wins an FA Cup, kind of for me, he needs to go. If you've got all the assets right there in front of you and you still manage to not do anything, and we got to caveat this, guys. We got to caveat this because if you're saying at the start of the season Liverpool are going to win the league, then you can't in the same breath go Arteta needs to win the league, because you're already saying Liverpool going to win the league because they got a better squad, whatever. Yeah. So, but a major, I don't care. You got to chase them down. You got to do whatever you can because we've been close. We've been as Epic likes to say, we've been second a lot. Okay, and now it's time to go the next step. And you've got all the resources now. Get on with the job and get it done. So yeah, Bert has done a fantastic job, and he's given Arteta nowhere to run now. People forget that Arteta has already won the FA Cup with Arsenal as a man. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And people would argue about that, but we should have been collecting some trophies. But the squad didn't have enough depth. And Edu, like I say to a lot of people, it's all the whole club. Now that Bert is there, we're acting like a bigger club now, just signing people. Little bro in Tottenham, pulling players off left, right, centre. Yeah, getting the job done. So the pressure is all on the manager now to go, here you go. Here's all your players. Get the job done. It's that simple. Haha, good sport. Yeah. I support Brighton. You're giving it all the big one. Yeah, to be fair to Brighton, I tell you, you produce some of the craziest talents that we've seen in over the last, 8 years? A lot of talent that come through. You get picked apart, bruv. Like, and you still manage to stay up. Like, it's crazy. A lot of talent comes through there, and a lot of talent have made it in places. McAllister, for instance, just one I was thinking about yesterday. I was like, Jesus, they do well. We got Ben. Yeah, we got Ben White from you, I think, didn't we? Again, good, solid guy, just injured all the time now. 18 other teams in the Premier League would be happy with second place. Winning the Premier League is getting harder, especially with oil-rich states now buying clubs. Yeah, but then there's also, they can't do a lot now. Like Newcastle are the richest club in the world, and they can't spend what they want to spend. So it sort of stopped them a little bit, but we have to. It is a lot harder, but you got to get the job done. I'm afraid it's not. And I know what you're saying. We are. A lot of teams would be happy. Brighton would be happy. Epic, you'd be happy with second place. Don't give it all that. You be loving a second place. You take second place every year for the next 10 years. Like I said, guys, if you want me to answer questions, come over to my YouTube. That's where I'm answering the questions because we're on YouTube live recording. Yeah, a lot of people would take second. A lot of people would take it, but from where we are, we got to push on now. We got to push on. There's no reason why we can't push on. As a club, I'm happy because we could be like Man United in the absolute mud, fighting for your life, fighting relegation. Can you imagine that? Fighting relegation. So we're not there, but we need to put something in the trophy cabinet. Where are we up to? Hasn't Arsenal had the biggest non-spend? So no yeah, I mean, we went through a phase of moving into a stadium, paying it off with Wenger. It's the whole story's that, and selling our best players because we couldn't keep hold of them. We couldn't afford to have ambition back then. But we went through the hard times. Now you got the money, and it's like, yeah, I don't think Edo could get it over the line. Now we're moved up the table. We've hired a sporting director that gets the job done because he acts like a big club. And it's like, okay, now the next step is the manager. If you cannot perform this season and fill the cabinet with stuff, then I'm sorry, you got to go. And that's why you're giving him no excuses now. No excuses. They probably won't get rid of him, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, we're in the green, just like Liverpool. Like, we're so in the green. Like, and it's like merch, everything around the stadium. Like, even the women's game. Like, we sometimes they fill out the stadium. So there it is for you. Where are we up to? Realistically, Arsenal doesn't win the UEFA Champions League or the Premier League with Arteta. I reckon it goes UEFA, Barca, Premier. Yeah, I mean, you could even go as far. My worry about Liverpool is the squad depth. I think by January, they're gonna get Gahey. I think January they're gonna get him. So if they hold out until then, I think they'll be fine for the league. The Champions League, tougher shout. Barca, yeah, I think Yamal wants that. He. Well, the team want that, but they got pretty close last time. Do I see him getting it? Yeah. Because that league over there is. I don't know if you've seen some of the decisions that have been happening over there. If they're just handing results to Real Madrid and Barca, it's like people are getting some mad decisions over there. So it's not a bad shout. I don't know. Do you know what the scariest thing I can see? Right? Is Chelsea winning it. Or even worse, I know this is crazy because they are so good in these cup competitions. They'll find a way to win. Maresca seems to be a cup competition guy. He seems to get it done. And the scarier one is if Tottenham win. That's never going to happen, is it? Remember this day I said that. It cannot happen. Because they've got an easy run. They got a couple of tough games. But they got like a half decent run in the Champions League. So no. But I don't think they've got the squad depth. And they don't mind. They know they're not going for the league. They don't mind like last season. They'll do the same shit. Like, okay, we're not that good in the league anyway, so we don't mind dropping the points. We'll save all our players for Champions League football. And they could move like that. Sorry, it's a lot of chats. Like I said, guys, if you want to ask me anything, come over to YouTube. I've got where am I up to? Realistically, free speech. I think Arteta gets 2 more years with a squad of his making. He deserves 2 years at least. If he cannot do it, then it has to be Patrick Vieira for me. The man, the legend would be. I'm not sure if he's at that level of management though. Arsenal need to win now. I'm not sure fans are going to wait 2 years. I think if he wins an FA Cup, fans would simmer. They would simmer down. And if you had a good league run again and a good run in the Champions League, but fans would simmer for a year. But yeah, maybe on that second year, if it's not a big major in that cabinet, I don't think people are going to be like. And if we could win a Champions League, I was talking to my missus about Champions League today. I was like, would you miss the birth of your child, or go and see Arsenal win their first Champions League title? Let me know in the chat what you're doing. As all football fans, what would you be doing? Birth of your first child, or watching your team win a Champions League? Give it to me. Or Cesc Fabregas. I'm not sure they're at that level. He's a good coach. You got to remember this. He's a good coach. Arteta. He's very pragmatic, but he's a good coach. Can he get us over the line? That's the link. That's the link there. Can he get us over the line? And people, I don't know if he's too sure. I don't know if anyone's too sure about him. Caicedo, Ben White, Sanchez, yeah, Espinal, yeah, Pedro, yeah, that's what I mean. You had some spinners coming on, so you got to be stacked with money then, aren't you, Epic? Brighton have got to be pretty good with money. Well, PSR, if you believe in all that nonsense. Defo, don't forget about AFCON. Oh yes, Salah. But I tell you what, he's been off the cook. Maybe it's dropping now. I don't want to say it too soon, but he's been ghosted in a lot of games. He got 1 assist the other week, but he's been kind of dropping off a little bit. So I don't know about him. I don't know whether they're going to miss him a lot or whether they play better without him, because they still got Harvey Elliott, aren't they? So, and he seems to come on and he's really hungry at the minute. He played well for England under 21s. So he looks good. Arsenal women's team are back in action soon. Do you watch Arsenal women's play? I take my daughter to most of the games. Oh no, I've never. I've watched them on TV a bit, obviously, and in the Champions League final. But I've never actually seen a game with them. Is it? tickets are good price as well. And like I said, they do pack out the stadium a bit. So yeah, yeah. Well, you never know. Might pop up and see the game. But everyone loves the merch. That everyone loves the merch. But if you could, guys, that's the end of the video. Nice questions. Oh, we got one more. One more. This is the last question though. Harvey Elliott joined Aston Villa. Oh, did he join them on loan? Sorry, it's my bad. We'll do a transfer show tomorrow then, and we'll line up everything. And again, getting on YouTube and getting the chat, because then you'll be part of the video on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, he joined them. I heard something about that, but because I seen him at the game, I thought he wasn't going to go because I seen Slot talking to him on the sideline. I thought he might come on. I thought he wasn't used, but okay. Yeah. Anyway, all right, YouTube. That is it for this little live. We'll do maybe a transfer show tomorrow. We can discuss all the transfers. But yeah, thank you to Epic for coming in and bantering me. Free speech legend JB. Thanks for the comment as well. If you could subscribe, that would be absolutely mint. And like I said, you can keep up to date with whatever we're gonna do next. And all my socials. See you later, man. Peace. But I'll still be live on TikTok for a bit. See you in a bit, bro.